Hey guys, my daughter gave me a few steaks. My son-in-law works for a food delivery company, and somewhere along the way someone gave him some steaks, so she gave a few of them to me. And I was looking at the label on the back, Stemple Creek Ranch, and I'm like, that sounds kind of familiar. So I looked it up. Turns out it's a local ranch. I know who the guy is who owns it, and we actually went to the same high school. I don't know him, he's a little bit younger than me, but I know who he is, and he has a website where he sells these. So anyway, $34.95 for one of these New York steaks, so hopefully I can cook it without screwing it up. So let's get queuing. This is a 1 pound grass-fed New York steak, nice looking steak. I'm just gonna rub a little avocado oil on both sides, just so the seasoning will stick a little bit better. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to season it on both sides with some kosher salt and some Johnny's seasoned pepper. Besides pepper, this has sugar, red and green bell pepper, garlic, and onion in it. Now I'm just going to let that sit on the counter, come up to room temperature while I get my coals lit. I cooked chicken legs in my last video, and there's still a little bit of lump charcoal left in the grill from that, so I guess I'll just see if I can reuse that, just get it going here. So that's a paper towel soaked in vegetable oil. That's what I usually use to light the grill, so see if I can get that going here. Alright. So what I'm planning to do is do a reverse sear on this steak. So what that means is I'm going to cook it indirectly at kind of a low temperature, a low heat, and bring it up slowly to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and then just sear it at the end on both sides. So I usually like my steak cooked to about 130 degrees, so hopefully that'll be about right. So anyway, as soon as these coals get going a little bit, we'll get the steak on there. My fire's going, and it's not very hot. I don't want a very hot fire for this. I want to try to bring the temperature up slowly on the steak. So I'm going to put a temperature probe in the center of it here. And we'll just get the lid on. And like I said, I'm going to try to bring the temperature up to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll sear it. My steak has been on here for about 25 minutes, and I just pulled the lid off. The internal temperature of the steak is 99 degrees. The grill temperature has been running about 275 degrees. So I'm not really sure if it's necessary to turn this over, but I think I will, just to make sure it cooks pretty evenly. So just get the probe back in there, and I'll get the lid on until it gets to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been 45 minutes, and I've been checking on this. This wireless probe thermometer said 144 degrees, but it's not accurate, because I've been checking it with this one, and it's like 122, 123. See, that's like right where I want it right there. That wireless thermometer is just not very good. So I'm going to pull the probe out of here, and I'm going to get the steak off for a second, and then get those coals going a little bit better so I can sear the steak now. Take this thing off of there. All right. Okay, now I'll turn this around like that. And I'll let those get going for a minute before I put the steak on. Now I'll just give this a quick sear on each side. It's been a minute or so. Let's see how it looks here. Flip it over. There we go. It's looking pretty good. It's been quite a while since I've cooked a steak that way, so let's cut into it and see how it did here. It's been sitting here resting for a few minutes. Alright, how's it look? Hey, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty juicy, not bad. Let's cut off a piece and try it out here. That turned out really good. Good flavor, and it's nice and juicy. It's kind of a pricey steak to feed the dogs, but I guess they can have a little piece of fat. Since they've been begging the whole time. That's a really good steak. Beats the ones you get in the grocery store for sure. I'll put the link to that website if anybody is interested. You know, I've cooked steaks directly over the heat. I've seared them first and then cooked them indirectly, and I've done them that way where you indirect them and then sear them at the end. And it seems like they always come out the best that way, the juiciest. And did you see how there's no gray? It's just pink all the way through. They come out just nice and juicy all the way through. So anyway, great way to cook a steak if you haven't tried it. Thanks for watching. See you guys.